What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Linear Geography. In this video, we're going to look at the Alaska background essay response questions. So you should have already read through our article right here. And as we scroll down, we'll take a look at our questions. Question 1 states, why weren't many colonial Americans concerned about potential natural resources? The land was so huge that it was hard to imagine anything could be used up. So early on, when these settlers came in and they were taking up land in the United States, they thought the lands were so vast, they really weren't worried about the non-renewable resources, and it was hard to imagine that they would ever be used up. 2. In what year was the National Park Service established? That was in the year 1916, and that was approved by Woodrow Wilson. If you remember from some of our history lessons, a few years after this, women would get the right to vote in 1920 with the 19th Amendment. So that president also established this National Park Service. 3. In what two basic ways did Americans deal with the gas shortage of 1980? Using less gas and drilling for more oil. So that was one of the things, two of the ways that they were able to handle that situation. Question 4. Did the oil from Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, help ease the crisis? It could have possibly helped ease the crisis. Prudhoe Bay oil would become 20% of all oil drilled in the United States. Against that, the domestic oil. So 1/5 of all the oil that was being drilled here would come from this bay, which would help ease the crisis a little bit. Question 5. Did the Anwr legislation of 1980 permit any oil drilling? No drilling was permitted. However, Congress was given the power to approve limited drilling in the future. Question 6. What was the result of the congressional Anwr vote in 2006? The House of Representatives approved of drilling. The Senate did not approve of drilling. The result, then, was there would be no drilling. And you can look back at the activities that you guys used when you were Congress. Again, having to have the Senate and House agree. This goes back to how a bill becomes a law and then eventually sent to the president to be signed or vetoed or have a pocket veto. So one of the things you'll see here, and this happened in 2017, is the House and the Senate agreed for some drilling, and then in December of 2017, the president then signed that bill that became a law that now drilling is permitted. And obviously, a lot of times when you'll see this is in the reflection in gas prices. So as we've talked about right now, as we're in quarantine and a lot of trade between countries is kind of slowed or shut down, if you've noticed, the gas prices here in the United States have dropped tremendously. You could see prices as low as $1.70. And the reason that those prices are so low right now is that we are using our own oil reserves. We're using the domestic oil, which will then bring that price down. Usually when you see the oil prices go a little bit higher, that's when we're using oil that's being imported from foreign countries. So there's a lot that goes into how this works. And as we said, the most recent in 2017, the president did sign a bill that would then allow us to drill for more oil here in the United States.